This is DRF, Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Friday, October the 1st. Well, it's opening day at Santa Anita. 3 major Breeders' Cup prep races. Our race of the day is this race. Let's take a look at the 8th. The Grade 1 American Pharoah, 2-year-olds prepping for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, going a mile and a 16, $300,000 is the purse. You can download free Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Access them and handicap along with us. Bob Baffert has 3 of the 7, including the morning line favorite, the number 1 Corniche, a $1.5 million 2-year-old in training purchase who popped a giant buyer first out.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Baffert holds a very strong hand here. He's only got, I don't know, Dan, a little more than $3 million in 2-year-olds among his 3 horses in here. I don't know. Corniche I guess he was pretty impressive. I didn't think he was necessarily that visually impressive, Dan, but that race came back very fast when he won first time out.
98 buyer speed figure for Corniche. As we take a look at the Timeform US pace projector, he went right to the front in that 5.5 furlong race. Now, that pace wasn't fast according to Timeform US's pace ratings, was color-coded blue. Might have to deal with a tougher pace scenario in here, stretching out 3 furlongs with some other gas.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose all those things could work against him. We'll see what happens, Dan. I mean, I think it's pretty clear here that if he backs up that debut in any way, he's just going to win right back.
Then again, the other 2 pace presences in here, the 2 Flying Drummer, the 6 Rockefeller, well, the other 2 Bob Baffert trained runners. So perhaps those 2 will allow Corniche and Mike Smith to get to the front. And as we take a look at his debut, this is what happened when he got to the front in a maiden race. This was a field full of first-time starters. I have no idea what Corniche was beating. He easily cleared to the lead, and he's able to keep trudging along to win as a prohibitive favorite. He was no secret.
No, of course. They paid a lot of money for this horse. He did have that good speed. He wins very easily at the end. Never really gave this field a chance behind him. I like the way he finished it off there, Dan, with a pretty nice run through the wire. It's a lot of turf on the bottom of this pedigree, but it's also distance. So it feels like stretching out, being by quality road, doing it from the rail. Obviously a lot to like here at what should be a short price.
And distance could be the key to this race. A lot of these horses are stretching out. As a matter of fact, only 2 of them have ever raced around 2 turns. One of them is the Baffert trained maiden, the number 2 Flying Drummer, who is second to Oviat Class, who's also in this race. In his most recent start, he showed improved speed in that 2-turn race.
Yeah, I mean, this horse is a maiden on the way in. I think he's run pretty well in both of his starts. I know that Oviat Class beat him last time. If you're taking one horse out of that race, you're probably taking this horse. He did all the dirty work on the front end, turned away all the challenges, and Oviat Class came from out of it and ran him down.
Phineas is one of 2 Calbreds in the field. Let's take a look at the Delmar Futurity, where he caught a Baffert trained runner named Pinehurst. He finishes second. You see him on the far outside here. He's never going to get to the winner, but he grinds it out for another useful performance. His buyers have gone up with each and every start. I don't think the 2 turns is going to be an issue. We see him flailing on his left lead here. He's going to have to improve from a speed figure standpoint.
Yeah, he just looks like he's probably in too tough against what he's facing here. He ran, I guess, fine to be second there, Dan, but as you say, he didn't really finish very strongly in that race, and now he's got to go longer.
Here's Oviat Class, who has won around 2 turns for Keith and Kent DeZormo. Let's watch that race on August the 27th. They turn into the stretch. Flying Drummer, as Mike said, did do all the dirty work on the lead as the 4-5 favorite. He is the number 4. Oviat Class, who just sort of bided his time at the back behind this fast pace, was able to sweep on the outside, and he gets it done. Nice to see that he's won around 2 turns, and he might get another setup if you believe the pace projector.
He might. There's supposed to be some pace in here, I suppose. I like that he was able to win stretching out here, Dan. He was clear at the end of the race, but, at the end of the day, he had a very, very good trip in there, and he probably has to improve again off of that effort. At 3-1, I'd rather use other horses.
Calbred Joker Boy is the number 5, a perfect 2 for 2. We're going to find out how good he is as he stretches out for the first time against open foes. Here's his race in the I'm Smokin' against Calbred's sprinting at Delmar. This race 3/4 of a mile. He showed good speed. I like the versatility this colt has shown. In his career debut, he rallied from off the pace. In this race, he went to the front, and the third finisher came back to win a state-bred stake at Los Al with an 80 buyer.
Yeah, I thought he ran well in here, got up close to the pace, turned away some challenges. Very nice finish for this horse to go clear through the stretch. I thought he ran well there. I actually thought he ran really well first time out too, Dan, which makes, that race, that pace was just so fast. So many horses went for the lead. and he was one of them. He just didn't make it. I like that he was able to settle a little bit and still win. It kind of feels like last time was the time to bet him off of that Better Than It Looks debut, but he's run well in both of his starts.
Rockefeller, the number 6, impressive debut winner for Baffert. Let's watch his race on August the 28th, going 3/4 of a mile. This is a $750,000 yearling by Medaglia d'Oro, certainly bred to handle the additional distance. Went right to the lead in this race. Stays on his left lead all the way down to the wire, but solid 80 buyer.
I thought he ran well in here. He doesn't change leads through the stretch, which I guess you could worry about. And he's not exactly, finishing that strongly. But this was a pretty nice debut for this horse. I think there's probably more in the tank for him. And I won't be surprised when he takes a step forward here. There's not a lot of distance on the dam side. I don't want to let it bother me too much right now, but I wonder how far he wants to go.
The only graded stakes winner on the way in completes the field. An 8-1 on the morning line. That's the 7 Papa Cap, who beat Phineas to win the Best Pal, a grade 2 race 2 starts back, then finished behind that one in the Del Mar Futurity last time out. Third, a start off of a minor layoff. This horse has some route pedigree, Mike, and maybe can work out a good trip sort of stalking the leaders.
He is bred to stretch out, and he is already a graded stakes winner. I don't think you want to, take those things too lightly. But as of right now, after 3 starts, he's not fast enough to win this race, Dan.
Take a look at our top picks for the American Pharoah. We'll see if we get a contender or 3 for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. We both like Corniche, 98 buyer in his debut. If he regresses a little bit and none of these horses take a giant step forward, he's still the fastest.
Yeah, I thought it was hard to go against him, and I'm just going to take him at a short price in this race. His debut was impressive. I think he is going to stretch out too, Dan. So I took him on top of the longer prices. The only one I was really interested in was Joker Boy, so I threw him second.
1-5 for Mike, 1-4 for me. The grade 1 American Pharoah on opening day at Santa Anita. Good luck.